Ugh. Hey, evening, everybody. Let me just move the camera just a little. That's a bit better. Hope everyone is well. This Sunday is clock change day in the UK, so hours are a bit off. Yeah, I normally go live at 6 and now it's 7. I did that mainly so that my American friends wouldn't get too confused, hopefully. It should be the same time their side of the pond as usual, but an hour later over here. Hello, Bob. How are you? Good to see you here. I have some interesting, some news. Always confused. That's the best way to be. But hey, at least your hair's not as bad as mine. I will be getting a haircut shortly. It's starting to bug me now, so you know. Yeah, so what's been occurring in the Sharpie fish room this week? Yeah, the Rona rug. Yes, and getting Mike Pence's flyers come across the Atlantic. It's come to see me. Fish room shenanigans this week. Nothing really happening. No new babies, no deaths. Always a good thing. Hello, Mark Calloway. Veteran Guppy Gang in the house. Yes. Of the 24 guppies that went into there last week, there is one left. Yeah, that's what happens to guppies around here. I had some leftovers from when I had the adults in there, and they got a bit scared when they realised they were next on the menu. Dropped all their fry, so I kept the fry, grew them out a bit, and when they got big enough, put them back in, and they've all been eaten. So yay, don't have to rehome them. Kind of sad, but hey, muck guppies. But yes, so what's been occurring? Yeah, not a lot. Feeding the fish, lots of work again this week. Including some nasty hours, so yeah, sleeping much. And that's about it. There is something sizable in the works, which will be occurring in the next 2 weeks. And that is, I have bought a shelf unit or racking unit to go there. With, I think, did I put the bits down here? Got some on. We have sponge filter, a few of them. 5 meters airline, 5 meters airline, all the various adaptery bits. I'm waiting for big old Eheim air pump. And then today, 2 more of them. Yeah, just a few more tanks, Bob. The grow out rack is mission go. And yeah, so I've got the shelving unit that's upstairs. I've just got to paint the shelves on it. It's just a little bit wider and a little bit deeper than the bookcase shelf unit thingy is. Hey, Sherryfish, how are you? Eat away. I'm not going to come between a woman and her food. I'm not that stupid. Yeah, so I just got to paint all the shelves black because they're MDF, particle board, whatever you call it in the States. And I bought a tin of exterior paint for that because it's going to be waterproof. Yeah. Particle board and water, not a good combination. So for that, we've got the tanks, big adapter strip, so I can plug 8 things into that, and all the various bits. So hopefully this week, as the Mad Mower, how Temper Tom, how are you, and Big J, and Big Tank Hank, all good, bud, all good, bud, all good going here. So I've got a quiet week at work next week. Trimming palm trees today. Oh, very posh. Yeah, we do that here. We call it just planting them, and then they just stop growing and die. I don't do well in our winters or summers, to be honest. Yeah, I still got African snails. Cool. What else did I get? Oh, I'll take these out of my rucksack before I forget and smash them. We have a couple of best thermometers on the market, or best thermometers you can ever buy. Let's be honest, they all come out of the same factory in China. No matter what colour the packaging says. It's probably the same with most things, let's be honest. And here I took advantage of PetSmart's 3 for 2 offer. So we have 3 small pieces of wood to go into the grow out tanks. Oh, excuse me. That one we have. That one. And oh yeah, that one's kind of heavier. That one. Neatly sawn flat on the bottoms, so you know which way up they go. And then 3 of the exact same kind of resin piece of rock decor, whatever it's supposed to be. I figure with the amount of holes in it and porosity, it will be good for the fry, especially anything that wants to feed off of whatever settles in or grows on it. So yeah, 3 of those. All those bits, shelf unit, paint, roller, yeah, everything. So that is ready. And as I say, the shells will get painted this week, hopefully. So the next week when I'm off work, I can then get everything moved out of this corner, move the shelf unit and rack unit, and then put the tanks on it and fudge about and get everything settled and happy, hopefully. So at the moment that will be 1 tank of cribs and cribs and plex or bristle noses. Probably by the time I get around to doing it, a 2nd tank of cribs, a tank of similar shell dwellers. So hence that'll be 3 of the grow out tanks already taken. Well, 2 are already out. And then obviously as the cribs grow, they're going to need to be split up because you can't keep 50-60 cribs in a 6-gallon tank. It's not going to work. So they'll have to be split up, and hence extra spare tanks. And while they're at £22, I might as well take advantage. And I also downloaded I kind of wish you could too, Bob, but I am the crib whisperer, so I'd probably have thousands of them before I knew what the hell was happening. And when you bear in mind, I bought 3 cribs 2 years ago, one of which died fairly rapidly. That was the only male. There were 2 females, 1 male. Yeah. Hi, Laurie. Yeah, the smaller female got bullied by the other 2, so she got moved into there. almost instantly. The other two, after a week and a half, yeah, it was a week she went in there. The other two, after a week and a half, decided they were going to breed. And she killed he, that'd be Pam killing the male. And from that, I'm on my 4th generation that are breeding. So the cribs I've now got babies are the 5th generation. Sorry to hear that, Fins. Here's your friend. And a big giant F you to cancer. I'll do it off screen so my video doesn't get demonetized like last week. Not entirely sure why. But with the amount of views I get on these and the amount of ad revenue it generates is not worth bloody fighting, to be honest. It's either the not a paid promotion thing, smoking, or I may have sworn. I don't know. Or they just took one look at me and decided I wasn't advertiser friendly. But yeah, so as I always say, when you have someone close to you that passes, when it comes to the anniversary, celebrate their life rather than mourn their death. So it was a friend, someone who loves you, you love them, family member, whatever. They don't want you to be sad, miserable, depressed. They want you to be happy. I don't look at the ads they put in, Bob. Are they? I think someone did have a Trump 2020 advert once that I did see. There's probably some really random, weird stuff turns up. Given the blooming adverts I get. Yes. What was one I had this morning was advert in the middle of watching an Australian V8 supercar motor race. I got an advert for ladies' sanitary products. I'm like, what? I do realise I'm male, right? I'll say if there is a way I could look at see what is being advertised, I don't know, but I guess it's probably stuff I would never buy. And completely random. Yeah, Nicotin, that would be a good one. Pam, my lovely, how are you? Lovely, lovely Pammy Poo. I heard you're having. It's all gone a bit white. The weather's got a bit racist up your way. Hope you're safe and well and okay, and that your power's back on. I guess it probably is as you're online. Yeah, we just got rain, 6 degrees. Now let me convert that from correct into American. Carry the 1, divide by 37.5. Kin cold. Yeah. That's all I need. Yeah. 40 to 30 is burr. 30 to 20 is coat required. 20 to 10 is tad parky. 10 and below is kin cold. That's when if you go outside wearing less than thermal clothing, you could hang your hat on your nip, basically. That cold. Or you could cut glass with them. That's the other one. Yeah, I don't envy you that, Pam. Yeah, you scratch car doors. Yeah. Oh dear. I was going to say where, but I like my bits more than that. Yeah. Sorry, that's kind of thrown me down. Uh, just trying to get the image out of my head. I got you in the dressing gown and the mouse, and minus whatever degrees, burr, kind of rolling into one in my head. Yeah. Double figures here anyway, but that's double figures C rather than F. Just about anyway. It's time to wear trousers or long pants rather than shorts, or and then stick something on over the t-shirt, perhaps. Oh, I did get some weird looks walking downtown the other day in my t-shirt. People wearing their winter coats and scarves and gloves. There's me wandering around in a t-shirt. But hey. It was dry and sunny, therefore it wasn't cold. Yes, as you may have, high of 17, but 6 is the highest. Yeah, that is king cold and really king cold. It don't really make much difference when it's that cold. It's just a bit colder. It's definitely not lick a lamppost weather. Yeah, yeah. There's probably although I think it probably depend on which part of the world you watch the video from. So you would probably get, if you're watching my videos, you get American-based adverts. Whereas over here it'd be English-based adverts, I would guess. They keep going on about how the algorithms learn about you and everything, and how they have your details and blah blah blah. You think the least thing they can do is figure out where you bloody live. So yeah, I don't get any Trump or Pence or any political adverts. About the only one I get sometimes is Boris telling us the latest rules about COVID. Oh yeah, they do. There's a thing around, I guess probably the whole of the UK, but I'm not in the whole of the UK. It's not that small of a country. Not that big, but and rather than like individual adverts for local shops, you get like a group advert where 4 or 5 of the local shops each do a little piece to camera and they stick it into one advert. So yeah, I've had ads for the local butchers, greengrocers. Well, greengrocers are gone now. What was it? Butchers, bakers, hardware store, bike shop, something else. As long as they don't end up doing an advert that's got the shop I work in and I end up having to be in it. That'd be weird, being in the advert in your own video. In fact, that would be a very strange one. Someone's watching your video, the advert comes on and you're in the advert. Uh, hey, Leah. Yeah, you don't want that fridge, Leah. Trust me, it's currently full of out-of-date sausage rolls and sandwiches. Is it? Yeah, out-of-date sausage rolls, out-of-date sandwiches. Yeah, I miss you too. Obviously miss Mark's streams as well. But I tend to be working on a Monday evening, unfortunately, now. So I basically start work when his stream starts. The Netherlands government's crazy now, not allowed to get beer after 8 o'clock. Yeah. Well, the pubs over here close at 10, which means everyone gets kicked out of the pub at 10 o'clock. But the local, the corner shops, the convenience stores, 7-Elevens, whatever you want to call them, like the one I work in, are still open to 11. So what happens is everyone comes out of the pub, drunk as a skunk, and comes into the shop to buy more alcohol in a big group without masks. I had to tell a whole bunch of them last night, if you're not buying anything and you're not wearing a mask, get out of the shop. I mean, I was actually politer than that. I think I said, would you please exit the store? Just shows I have that switch that goes on. It's this is my work voice, or my work vocabulary. This is my live stream vocabulary. This is my don't care vocabulary. Hey, Chewy. Yeah, kick rocks. I mean, the problem is that the shop next door to us last weekend, they had the windows smashed in. Sorry, windows. Let's enunciate that correctly. There's been fights outside. And the thing is, it was absolutely hacking it down with rain last night. It was bucketing down. I live 2 minutes from work, literally a 2-minute walk, and I got drenched walking home. And they were coming out of the pub, walking up to the shop, and standing around outside in a group. Yeah. And I wonder why the COVID levels keep going up. I think we know which age group it is. It's funny that they shut the pubs and the numbers drop. They reopen the pubs and the numbers go back up again. What might be the correlation there? Drunk people? Do I know beautiful warriors? There's a bad joke there, but no, that is congratulations, Chewy. You got another new one on me, one I'm not familiar with. And as you may have noticed from the thumbnail, Mary took some of the pictures I've taken of Zach over the years and got them printed out. So we have Floofy watching us. Oh, Chewy, it's too late for me to start trying to translate stuff into Latin. Oh, geez, my brain don't work. You're going to have to give me this one, Chewy. Yeah, unfortunately, he did. Better splendors. Yeah, okie dokie. Yeah. Yeah, he got me there. Got me on that one, Chewy. But yeah, Leon, yes, unfortunately, the floof monster, Zach, is no longer with us. He turned waked up one day with a really quite nasty head wound. Which we don't know how he got. Still not sure whether he got attacked by a seagull, and that's my reckoning. Is that he probably got too close to a seagull nest or tried to raid a seagull nest and got attacked by a large gull, or someone threw a rock at him. And I'm choosing not to believe that one. But he struggled on, he carried on for a couple of weeks actually. Then he just went downhill really rapidly in the course of 2 days. So he had to be put to sleep, unfortunately. Hi, Kenny. And now, but he's still with me, Leah. He's not gone. He's still here. Yes, I have Ghost Cat as well as Ghost Shadow Person now. So he was actually sleeping on my bed last night. Got in the bed, lay down, pulled the covers up, did my normal, come on in, come on, floofer. A couple of minutes later, thud as he lands on the bed, and you feel the weight on the bed because he weren't a skinny cat. The owners had it done, paid for it, and I held him while it happened, Bob. But yeah, no, he's still about. I still hear the bell from his catnip sock from time to time. He likes hiding pieces of airline. He's been in the stream a couple of times. He batted my lighter across the floor one day. He sat here beside me scratching himself, yet another one. And it was actually him that warned me I had baby shell dwellers as well. Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was. Like I say, it was one of the hardest days of my life. I know it seems silly. He's just a cat, but he's not. He wasn't just a cat. He was Zach. He was the floof monster, my best buddy. Hey James. Yeah, it's been a couple of months now, and I'm still getting a bit choky talking about it now, but as I say, he's still here. I mean, as I say, it was him that let me know I had baby shell dwellers. And I think I just spotted another. Have I just spotted a teeny tiny baby one? I think I might have a second batch of shell dwellers coming. But, so as not everyone may have known. Yeah, they do, Bob. They maintain their sense of. Thank you very much, James. I shall start now. So, greetings, everybody. Yeah, so Mary had a few of the select pictures that I took of Zach over the months or years. So obviously there's the one up there, which is the thumbnail. Yeah, I just saw something smaller than the other babies that are in there moving there. So we have, that one, little floofer. That is the I just woke up. I want food. What are you eating, human? There is the I don't care what you're doing, human. My hand is dirty. I need to clean it. And there's the Oi, stop taking pictures of me while I are playing with my catnip socks. and the after effects of extremely stoned Kitty after all the catnip. Just completely out of it. And there you can see why I call him the floof monster. Because he was just still is one giant ball of floof and fur and claws and teeth and love and aggression and hatred and psychotic behaviour. Yeah, he was the best floofer ever. As I say, he adopted me, not the other way around. Yeah, he was one of a kind, my little Zachy boy. And he weren't even my cat. Technically, he's a neighbour's cat. He's, for whatever reason, decided that I needed him and he needed me, and we got each other through a lot of things. But yeah. So, hang on. Yeah, I do. I do have another batch of baby shell dwellers. Oh joy. Oh dear, what you done now, James? What you managed to do to yourself? Oh, thank you, Leah. You not been sticking your hands in the piranha tank again, have you, James? But actually, yeah. So I've got all the rack and everything, and the shelving unit for the fry, which is, as I said, going in over here somewhere. Replacing that shelf unit. And as a certain person has donated wonderfully generously a considerable chunk of what it cost, I was thinking, and I'm going to name the rack the Ark. That kind of gives away who donated, but you know, it rocks on the scale. Oh no, Bob, what you like? At least LFS, they know who you are, and they will have hopefully put them to one side for you, and you got your receipt anyway. So one of the things I'm always careful of, get my receipt, especially if there's anything last. In the HVAC, all the heating elements go. Oh, not good. It's going to get a tad toasty. Oh dear. Oh, you might have to take a trip to McDonald's, pick up some McRocks. Actually, speaking of which, I have no idea why. There's a certain video or a certain channel I watch. Oh, I'm Chewy. I'm hurt. Of course, I know the story of the bridge on the River Kwai. And yeah, I was aware that the last veteran passed away this year. Oh god, I completely forgot what I was talking about. Yeah, the for some reason, whenever I watch the video on this channel, which is Virginia, VAPI, Virginia Paranormal Investigations, because let's be honest, I tend to fall asleep. It's one of those channels I nap to. Yeah, definitely should have tripped the breaker. I mean, the current draw on that. So now, yeah, that definitely should have tripped something. If not, just oh yeah, you guys don't have fuses in your plugs, do you? Yeah. But yeah, anyway, anytime one of these videos finishes, the next one it shows is always something from Wyoming PBS, Public Broadcast Services, I guess. But I woke up yesterday's nap in between shifts at work. It was going on about the blizzard of late 40s. Yeah, late 40s in Wyoming. It basically buried the entire state. I'm not quite why YouTube decides I need to watch Wyoming PBS documentaries on YouTube. I have no idea. It was actually quite interesting. So, especially to find out that Gaylord is apparently a first name in America. Oh boy, you wouldn't call someone that these days, would you? Oh, imagine christening a child Gaylord. You probably wouldn't be allowed to actually these days. And sure, you know, I've not seen the Death Railway for myself, but I have seen documentaries on it. And the Top Gear special. Was it Top Gear special where they followed it? And then they built a bridge over the River Kwai badly and made a bad joke about there being a slope on the bridge, which got Jeremy Clarkson in a lot of trouble. Oh, do tell there. Interesting shrimp stories. Yeah, major tourist attraction. A white cat and a green cat catnip. Yeah. Because my shrimp don't do anything interesting. I mean, as much as I'm a crib whisperer, I think I'm a planaria whisperer as well. So, warm temper. Bought on lots of fry. Yeah. The other one I was watching a documentary. When I say watching a documentary, what I mean is I thought that's an interesting enough subject. I'll stick that documentary on and I'll lay down for a nap. Pretty much how it goes, let's be honest. Was on the Road of Bones. And that one was, yeah, pretty harrowing. You talk about haunted roads. Well, hello there, Priscilla, you beautiful lady. How the devil are you? Mwah. Yeah, sorry, I'm keep looking out the corner of my eye to see if I can see new babies. I swear I've seen a couple. I brushed it and washed it, Priscilla, just for you. You see? I'm not that it's getting too long yet, you know. It's almost, well, it is tuckable into the t-shirt now, but you know, it's had attacks with Akadama 3 years. Subsite all crash at exactly the same time. Oh dear, that's not good. That's not something I've experienced. Substrate crash. But then I'm in hard water, so If I got a pH down to 7.2, it'd be amazing. By the time I've chipped the water out of the tap, on a good day, it's about 8.4. Well, the Shellys are doing really well in my water, and why I don't keep Caridina. I suppose I could actually, with the new rack, I could possibly do a rainwater tank. Because, you know, England, not like we're short of rainwater. I've got a 55-gallon drum of the stuff sat outside. Well, that might be an experiment. It might be worth trying, although probably not with Caridina shrimp. That'd be a bit of an expensive experiment. Especially given my ability to grow planaria. That's yeah. And if I'm a bit throat, if I'm a bit out of it today, it's because our clocks changed last night. So I'm actually on an hour later today. I set everything up to be ready to go at 6 here, which would have been 5 yesterday. Don't get much rainwater. Yeah, you're welcome to some of mine, Big J. Yeah. You know, that's why I'm so glad for Amazon Prime. Yeah, okay, is what they call. Yeah, it's like I was saying to someone the other day about shrimp names, Chewy. It's like when I talk about shrimp names, right? You got Neocaridina, you got Caridina, you got red ones, blue ones, yellow ones, green ones, black ones, wild ones. That's it. All these Sakura, double escrow, blah blah blah, grey, blah 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 blah. No, it's red. Thank you very much, James. 6pence and 2 turds. Always appreciated, and given what I spent this week, needed. Because I spent all that, and then I thought, hang on, it's Mary's birthday and Christmas soon. I've got my electric and water bills due next month. Yeah, always welcome to poop on my stream. I am a bit lower class than most people, so we can get away with it. A new substrate in shrimp. 2 days have more water. Literally did everything wrong. Yeah, sometimes there you just have to do what you have to do. I mean, I've got 4 Hemichromis lithallili, however the hell to pronounce that. The smaller of the red jewel cichlids. Currently in a 6-gallon tank. And they've been in there for 2 weeks now. And they're not little ones either. But that's pretty much purely because before, well, a bit of quarantining, obviously, but if I'm going to add them in here with the electric blue Acara, I want to make sure I'm here so that if there's any problems kick off, I can pull them back out again. No, I don't want to come home from work to find either 4 dead jewel cichlids or 3 dead Acaras. Dang, Bob, your water's soft. That explains why your hair looks awesome. So I'll probably get out of the bath with more particles in my hair than I did when I went in. Wouldn't be surprised if the tap water was salty. Oh, thank you very much, Priscilla. Again, always appreciated, never expected. I think I stole that from James. I mean, hey, let's remember, I didn't even have super chats turned on until people said, "Turn on your super chats. I want to send you money." Okay, fair enough. Yeah, so thankfully I've got a short week next week. Well, I say short week, normal hours next week, and the week after I'm off. So I will be able to catch up on sleep, chores. Oh, hopefully get my neck sorted. Get my yeah. Oh dear, cleaning up. Yeah, rather you than me, Priscilla. Definitely. I would say they probably stopped adding something, Bob. Have they stopped adding fluoride to the water or something like that? I'm sure Bob wouldn't say no to some used Akadama. I mean, it's something I might have to consider because the stratum in there is 2 years old. Um, Although it is probably 50%, probably 50% substrate, 50% rotting fish poop. Um, hey, the plants like it, and the fish don't exactly seem to be bothered by it. They all seem fairly happy and healthy. My Spazzy's hiding up at the moment, and the Akaras aren't exactly out and about. And I do need to clean the glass again. Oh, bamboo shrimp are out though. You might just be able to see the bamboo shrimp up on the top of the wood there. They're 2 years old now. And they're called the water. I say, because if it suddenly had a drop of 1.4, I'm trying to think what they could do to the water that would drop the pH. Because I mean, ammonia is a base, so that would raise it. If they'd switch to chloramine. Yeah, so this one is. Let's just say it's not buffering my water. pH in there is something like 7.8. So there's what 16 kilos, 8 kilo bags. Yeah, I mean there's about 15 kilos of fluval stratum in that tank. So if it does suddenly, I mean, if something does happen, it's only going to go up 0.4. So I can't see that causing a massive problem. That's just inert gravel in the fish farm, the fluval fish farm. 4 different channel species that don't report on that time. Only one bullseye is invasive. Yeah, the bullseye. Yeah, that one does ring a bell. Yeah, I think that's the one that is actually banned in the UK. Because I think all the other ones wouldn't survive in our water. all the ones that would get imported anyway. So we do have some banned species, but I just go by if I can find them in a fish shop or in a UK-based online retailer, then they're fine. But yeah. And hey, I'm not going to be that guy that they grow too big with a damp tank and you dump them in the river. I'm not that guy. I'm the guy that it grows too big for the tank. You take it to the wholesaler and you sell it on, and get more than your money back. Because I've got a funny feeling I'd probably get a bit more for Spaz than I paid for him. Or at least break even. I think he was $9.99 when I got him, I think. He is, of course, hiding. Have I ever seen albino fishes? Yep, that's what Spaz came out of a tank of. The rest of them are all albinos. Albino in English. See, I've been watching a lot of American stuff. Albino in English, albino in American. But yeah, so Spaz. Oh, God, I can't turn around because my blooming neck's gone. Wherever he's hiding up. Normally by now he's decided to try and swim through my ears, but yeah, I'll say all the other ones in the tank were albinos, and they were all $9.99. All the albinos were hiding under the piece of wood. Just see bits of them poking out, and Spaz was just sat there out in full view of everyone going, yeah, I'm cool, I don't care. So I went, oh, that one. That one. Not that one, that one. Mr. Dino Fish himself, Spazzy boy. Friend in China keeps young giant snake as well. Chewy, are you trying to suggest that I get a snakehead and put in there? That's not happening. Especially not a giant, anyway. Oh, thank you, Bob, but I'm at 13 watching, 13 likes, so it's 100%. I'm quite happy with that. I'll say if the dual cichlids don't do anything, and if the electric blue acaras don't do anything, and they will probably get moved on eventually, and then yeah, maybe a snakehead can go in there, but by then Spaz will probably be too big for the tank anyway, so he'll have gone as well. Mainly because by the time Spaz gets too big for that tank, he'll probably eat the acaras and the dual cichlids and the clown loaches. He'll probably have a damn good go at munching on the bristle noses as well. Because we are now down to 2 ember tetras and 1 harlequin, copper harlequin rasbora. The rest have all been munched. Nice snakehead fry, beautiful fish. Oh, big predator, yeah. The clue there, I think, is probably in the name. Giant snake. Yeah, as I say, with when the biggest beautiful betters, of course they do. But yeah, I've got 1 better, and that's plenty enough for me. Little Engelbert, he's cool, he's super handsome and pretty, and I really don't want to try breeding betters because, let's be honest, I don't want to be changing the water in 100 cups every day or every other day. It's just going to be a giant pain in the ass. And also then there's selling them once you've grown them. Because I could take 20, 30 cribs into the local wholesale or fish shop and sell them, or bristle noses or acaras, whatever. Moving on 20, 30 betters at a time is going to be a considerably harder thing to do. So yeah, I think I'm going to try to stick to breeding dwarf cichlids. If you can class an Acara or a dual cichlid, a hemichromis as a dwarf cichlid. But compared to the size of some cichlids, they are. Yeah, so another thing I'm really looking forward to with having a rack unit is I can get this blooming 10-gallon tote off of the floor out of my way. And that would just leave me the one under the stairs then, that's not on a stand or in a rack. The big black buckety one. And yes, Bob, there is a fish tank tour in the offing. I'll film it. If not, it'll probably have to be this week. Because next week I'm off work and the rack will be going in. So I want to do a film of it before the rack goes in. I've already filmed a video of the bits for the rack. And I'll do one. I don't do the editing, so there won't be a video of the rack being put together and installed. It'll be a video of, here's all the bits I've got to do this, then here it is. And me talking about how I did it. Yes, it'll be. I'll say the good thing is I managed to get a rack in the rack that is, the shells are deep enough that the Aquatown tanks can go on lengthways, so short end facing forwards, which means I can get 3 onto a shelf. It's 5 shelves, so you can forget the top one. You can probably forget another one, just to make sure there's enough space in between the tanks to be able to do stuff. Let's come on. How many people here have got racks and after they set it all up they realise there's not quite enough room to get in there with a net or a jug? Or so I'm going to, when I'm setting the height of the shelves, I'm going to make sure there's enough room for the tank, then the height of a jug, or for getting a net in there and scooping fish out without difficulty. Getting them in there is the easy part because they're going to go in as babies. So they will literally get siphoned up an airline and then basically poured out of a plastic jug into the tank. High tech, I know. Oh, pardon me. Soak up knowledge and the awesomeness. Hey, and the beauty. All green emerald platinums. Oh yeah, they do sound very nice. Platinum green. Yeah. So yeah, that was my thinking, Bob, is try and get it so it's right first time, so I don't then have to start moving shelves around and faffing about and all that kind of stuff. I'll say the main thing is going to be, I will actually probably move the Pleco tub when I water change that tomorrow. I'll literally just move it around there by the back door because I don't need to use the back door during the week. It's not like I have to let a cat in and out anymore. Then it's just a case of ka-ching that one, which hopefully if I drain it down to like yay, I'll be able to just lift off and stick on the coffee table instead of the quarantine tank. So let's be honest, Celestial Pearl Danios in a lit tank with plants and wood and all looking nice is better than looking at dual cichlids in an unlit tank with a towel on the top to stop them jumping out, with just a couple of rocks chucked in there to, you know. Oh yeah, Siamese fighting. Yeah, it's actually I don't remember the last. I don't think I've ever actually seen them advertised as Siamese fighting fish in any of the shops now where it says what they are. It generally just says better, or if anything extra, it will say what tail type they are. I mean, Engelbert came from Pets at Home. He was just labelled as better. Admittedly, is the most expensive one they had. Oh, new plexi tanks are right. Yeah, I mean, I got my rack from Amazon, which sounds silly. I don't know if they're available in the US, but it's from a company called G Racks. And it's what is it, 90, so 3 foot wide, 16 inches deep, 6 foot tall, rated at 350 plus pound plus a bit pounds per shelf, and it cost me 35 quid. Bear in mind, I'm putting 3 24-litre tanks on. It's 175 kilos per shelf, and 3 24-litre tanks is, plus the tanks is going to be 100 kilos at most. So, you know, I now call them beautiful warriors after their scientific name. Yeah. I just call them betters. Link. I don't really have a link as such. I just went on Amazon and typed in garage shelving units, and the company popped up. So I clicked on the company, and it was just a big old long list of different racks and shelving racks and units and benches. The one that does interest me is they do what they could call a workbench. So it's basically just a rack that's waist height. That could probably be quite good as just a standard tank stand. It all goes together. I think it's all sort of clipped together, as it were. There's no bolts involved in it. I mean, it says the only tool you need to assemble is a rubber mallet. I'm not going to be using a rubber mallet. I have one of those inbuilt. Bang, bang, bang. Job done. Hey, brute force and ignorance, I'm good at that. As I say, I'm not sure if they are an English company, Bob, or probably same thing worldwide, just under a different name. But they are G Racks. There we go. I think it stands short for garage racking or garage racks. Yeah. I've not actually pulled it all out of the box yet. I just had a quick poke my head in and look. Cheaper to buy than I've built. Tank waiting for me to set up no service for it. That's why I've done it, Bob, is because recently I've had 4 tubs and tanks just literally sat on the floor. And let's be honest, it's just a matter of time before I or someone else accidentally puts a foot through something. Yeah, I say rubber mallet, old piece of lumber and a hammer. You put the piece of wood down and wallop it. And they say use the rubber mallet is you see it don't damage the finish on the metal work. And the shells aren't overly thick, but should do the job. I think there's a bar goes across the middle as well, which helps. I'm going to have to work out a way of attaching things and hanging them off of it, because it doesn't appear to have any holes drilled anywhere, so other than where things go together. So I think I might have to get on Amazon and order up a bunch of sticky back cable ties for running airlines and such. The air pump will probably get hung off of a piece of fishing line or string going between the uprights, something like that. Oh dear. Hello, Cheryl. Yeah, you want to come in here, put your mask on, wash your hands, all that stuff. Mind you, if I was going to visit someone's and not just to ask to use the loo, I'd probably do that kind of stuff anyway. Or I'd try not to get caught that short that I had to visit someone. But anyway, welcome. We're talking about betters and fry racks at the moment, because I have a fry rack. It just needs putting together and setting up, but you know, got all the bits for it anyway, I think. Cuffed on your personal items. Yeah. Have I been to Phuket? I've not, Chewy. First, technically I've been overseas because I've been to Anglesey, which is an island. But I'm not the travelling type, and especially wouldn't go somewhere. Let's say I wouldn't go somewhere hotter than England. If I was going to travel somewhere, and no offence to anywhere where anyone lives, I'd be going places colder than England. So like Canada, Iceland, that kind of thing. Just set up another Aquatown tanks. Well, I just bought another 2 today, Cheryl. Yeah, it's a superb little tank. I mean, it's hello, Select Pet. How are you? Now we've had the clocks change in the UK, so I'm actually going an hour late for UK time, but on the same time US time, because your clocks haven't changed yet, have they? It'll probably be a week or 2, I think, then it'll all sort itself out. Yeah, I mean, even the filters in those tanks aren't bad, are they, Cheryl? I mean, they move a lot of water. I mean, you know, they may not have massive filtration quality, and i.e. they've got one small piece of sponge in them, but hey, if you're running a shrimp tank or a fry grow out tank, it's plenty big enough. And let's be honest, fry tanks, I'm going to be running sponge filters in them anyway, just so they don't get blown all over the place. Well, generally, if I use the toilet, you want to ventilate the house after anyway. So, you know, as I found out at work the other day when I had my I said to leave it 5 or 10 hours, and poor lad did basically follow me straight in. Bad move. He's learnt his lesson though. Yeah, that is definitely right. Now, can someone answer me a question here? Right, because as you know, like last week, I put a bunch of shell dweller babies into the Zis breeder box. Right, and they're all basically the same size. I just spotted one in there that is absolutely tiny in comparison to all the rest. Is there a chance I may have moved a shell with a batch of eggs in it into into the breeder box accidentally? There's one absolutely tiny one in there. I think I may have accidentally moved the shell with a batch of eggs in it. Oh dear, never mind. No wonder Mummy Shelley got upset with me. It was giving me stink eye for a few days. Yeah, sorry if that's what I did. Didn't mean to. So while the Aquatown tanks are at £22, Cheryl, if you can afford them, get them. Because they're going to go back up to full price soon of £28. But yeah, I mean, 22 for the tank, and then 5 or 6 quid for a dinky sponge filter like that, and it's at the cost of a heater. Was a heater a tenner? 30, 40 quid, and you got a perfect fry grow out tank. Or shrimp tank, really. Let's be honest. Oh, that'll be fun. Big Chattanooga fish fam hangout. And you got the little ones, the 19 litres. 15s. Yeah, I got 15s, 19s, and 24s in mine. Well, they haven't got any 24s now because I bought them all. Oops. When you go, the 12 litre. Cool. It's probably got the same filter in it as well, so it's probably like a cyclone in there. I mean, even the hemichromis are getting blown about by the filter in that one. But yeah, 12 litre half size. Yeah, still good little tanks. Perfect shrimp. Yeah, exactly. I think as people are learning more, figuring out things more, trying things more, the more people are going away from that inch per gallon rule, and you can't put any fish in that tank, it's far too small thing. Obviously there are limits, but especially in the UK we are getting smaller and smaller tanks. Lots of nasty snakes live in Thailand. Yep, that they do, and spiders and insects. Food's good, but yeah, so hot, humid, full of dangerous animals. Yeah, I'll give it a miss. I'll watch the videos on YouTube from the cool and comfort of my sofa. If I want to give myself deli belly, I'll just eat some brie at the same time. Get the full effect. Deli belly, if you're not aware. Just realise that might be a peculiarly English phrase. Share the Mafia logo with me. Sign the company the ARC uses for quotes. Cool. The oldest rainforest in Thailand, yeah. That's the oldest surviving rainforest. There's probably were older ones elsewhere. But yeah. With the Northern Australia, probably wouldn't be too far behind it, I wouldn't think, age-wise. But yeah, I'll say at some point, Bob, what I'll do is I will be getting a sign made up for the rack that says the Ark on it. Oldest living, yeah. Well, let's be honest, Bob, we've probably killed off a couple of rainforests. Or just general climate change over the millennia without our help has probably done it as well. I mean, let's be honest, the Sahara Desert, or saying that is basically saying the desert or the Sahara, because Sahara is Bedouin for desert. Random factoid. Yeah. That used to be green and lush, and then climate change happened. Probably the Ice Age. It's probably like the Ice Age stopped, and the Sahara became a desert. Something like that, anyway. I'm probably completely wrong, just running off the top of my head. Oldest living, longest surviving, yeah, same difference. I'm old, broken, crap, and tired. Like spinal meningitis. Yeah, because it only affects the spine. Not like other kinds of meningitis that don't. Yeah. Yeah. The English language is a wonderful thing. You can say things several different ways, all of which mean the same, but can be taken differently. It's probably the least precise. Meningitis, yeah. Or actually, Cheryl's probably familiar with this one because I think this is around her area, or not too far away. Is Torpenhow Hill, which, if you translate that from the various different languages, is hill, 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 hill. There's some which are like river, river, and big river, river, and kind of random names. Well, technically, a tor is a pile of rocks rather than a hill, but it's the same kind of difference. Yeah. Lurking and frying pork chops. Yeah. Sounds good to me. Have a pork chop for me, Bob. I've got a sausage roll for afterwards. Actually, I have been watching the guy recently on YouTube who does a lot of stuff about the history of Manchester and the surrounding area. What's he called? Martin Zero. I mean, obviously I had to get used to the accent, but yeah, it's quite interesting. Well, a number of views is so high for Japan metal. Well, that's because Japanese are probably watching it. I mean, one of those is me. Maybe two if I forget I've watched it and then I get halfway through and go, hang on, I remember this. So a lot of longer videos that people put out, if someone puts out a 1 hour video, it's probably going to get 2, maybe 3 views from me, because I have a tendency to fall asleep. Atkins, hello. Hey, Sharpie, yeah, I know. Hey, I get things wrong all the time. I'm the guy that actually typed in "Hello Fisty Friends" the other day and then noticed before I hit send. Plants and dry ferrets from Buddy. Different and challenging. I think I'll figure out the method. Yep. I've not done it myself. I think you probably have to go back into his catalogue quite a way by now. If you go on, look at LRB Aquatics. Sorry, LRBAquatics.com. Do. Yeah, that sticks in your head, that jingle. Yeah, I think he did quite a few videos on dry ferts and that kind of thing. Might be going way back. But yeah, I think LRB did do some, so be a good place to check out if you're looking for any info or someone to ask questions of. Because Lucas is the man, he's a dude. And like a majority of fish tubers, he remains humble, sensible, and hasn't disappeared up his own arsehole. Sorry. I think we all know who I'm referring to with that one. I forget which. I think it might have been Father Fish's stream. There was someone in the chat who's actually calling themselves the king of DUI, which I found quite amusing. Hey Derek, how you doing? Good to see you, my friend. Hope all is going well in your world. So again, yeah, well, Chewy, no one's going to complain about seeing or hearing Amy Lee, are they? Come on. Anyway, I do my Java phone turns black, not algae, lack of ferts. Yeah, I'm doing all right, Derek. Nothing really to grumble about here. Well, I could, but no one ever listens. What would make a Java fern go black? Could it be your water's too soft for them, perhaps? I don't know. Or you got hard water. I can't remember because Java fern seems okay for me, at least. Well, till the plecos eat it. Yeah, it could be cold. It does like warmer water. And it is go brown then black. It could just be the leaves dying off. Because what mine tend to do is they'll have all their babies, the little plantlets grow on the leaf, they drop off, and then the leaf does tend to die back on me then. It's not something I've really had a problem with. Ferts. Needs plenty of food then. That might explain it. Because Daintree, oldest. Yeah, I'll say it could be ferts. It could be temperature. It could be nutrient deficiency, potassium. There you go. Get yourself a lump of potassium and drop it in the tank. Don't do that. Trust me. And unless you want to see a lump of metal scooting about the surface of the tank on fire. Yeah, I'll say, because with, especially, is it in with the shrimp, Cheryl? Because shrimp don't produce a whole lot of waste, so that could be it. You've not got enough poop in the tank, as it were. Because I have noticed that, especially the original, well, forgot inert substrate like the Fluval Fish Farm Flex, tetras and endlers. Yeah, again, they don't produce a huge amount of waste, and what there is small, so it probably all gets sucked into the filter. It's not like we're talking spaz poop, which you can pick up with your fingers and take out of the tank. Oh Jesus! I think it was last week I said, might have been the week before. See a Midas cichlid, full-grown Midas cichlid, taking a dump in the fish shop the other week, and yeah, weren't far off what a cat would drop. Yeah. So there we go. Yeah, it's like a poop in the tank. Yeah, so I've noticed if I do full-on gravel vacuuming, degunking, cleaning out in the fish farm, the plants don't do so well. Whereas if I leave the muck in there, they do fine. So, yeah. Actually, that will probably explain a lot of things that I see when people have problems with plants. They keep the tank too clean, as it were. Obsessively gravel vacuuming up all the poop off the substrate and then all the plant stuff. Yeah, that would make sense. So yeah, the one with the goldfish is growing well. So, and this the thing is, if it's got enough nutrients, it doesn't need to grow tall because it doesn't need to get so close to the light. It could be a theory. Yeah, also TDS. Yeah, if you take something out of soft water and put it in the hard water, it could well. Yeah. There's a whole new load of chemistry to learn. You know, all those people who, when we were at school, said, "Why do I need to learn chemistry? When am I ever going to use this?" Welcome to fish keeping or gardening. Excuse me. Yeah, basically, we're all amateur water chemists. Yeah, they do like hard water. I like melted down Madagascar lace education. Yeah, I've not tried a Madagascar lace plant yet. Got a funny feeling it'll probably get eaten. I mean, hell, I think the only reason any plants are alive in there is because I do feed the bristle noses. Otherwise, well, I mean, when you got one that actually chooses to eat blackbeard algae, there will be algae wafers there, and she'll swim straight past them, straight up to the blackbeard algae, nom, 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 nom. And she'll be on the glass on the front of the tank with a big old black beard hanging down from her mouth. You can go grow valves if it's our carpets football stadium. Yeah. Val does okay for me, up to a point. but I think that's probably got more to do with me having dwarf sage in the tanks as well. I think they get a bit of the old chemical warfare going on. The dwarf sage kills the val. Except for that time I forgot and I added liquid CO2 to the tank and killed the val off as well. But I mean, yeah, slow growing, but I've got to say, crypts are probably the easiest thing to grow. Just stick them in the substrate and forget about it. And about the corkscrew. Yeah, I'd say my corkscrew was starting to really take off in here, and then it's all gone bye-bye. There's a little bit of it left, but yeah, the dwarf sage has taken over. Yeah, it all depends on chemical makeup. Yeah, it's very high in carbonate, my water. So, and if I showed you the inside of my kettle, you'd understand just how high carbonates I have in my water. It gets boiled 3 or 4 times a week, and pretty much every month it needs descaling. And there's little wire wall things, yeah, like literally limestone in there, chunks of. There's a little cabinet. You might not have them in the States, but it's basically like a stainless steel mesh ball thingy that you just chuck in the kettle, so all the lime scale gets attracted to it. Yeah, it just turns into a solid rock of chalk, pretty much. And potash for the garden. Yeah, a little bit of potash, you probably wouldn't do any harm. Just tiny amounts, so I'd have thought. Oh, we've got more aquascaping going on. Yeah, as I said before, you can chew my water. And I've got Rift Lake cichlids in my tap water. I haven't added anything to it. No, it's different parts of Britain have like a couple of grains, perhaps something like that. Yeah, but I would double check whether potash is aquarium safe specifically. Yeah, I mean, Norfolk is hard water. I think north is mainly soft. Well, East Anglia in general is hard water. The southwest is soft water. South Wales is soft. Mid Wales is hard. North Wales is soft. Yeah, we don't have the forest areas. And I say a lot of it around here is down to bedrock. Flint and chalk around here. So, yeah, I'll say there are areas of the country which have got granite and basalt bedrock, and they're pretty soft. Areas that have got limestone and there we go. Thank Atkins. Potash not aquarium safe. So yeah, just grab an aquarium specific fertilizer. Is it? Oh, is it Seachem Flourish? Is the fert? Something like that. Yeah, I think we got phosphorus as well. As I said, maybe with my week off in a week, I might actually get down to the local stream. I say river. Yeah, the tropical do the trick. Sure, well, that'd be fine. I'm actually get down to a local stream, which we call a river, but when you can step across it without getting your feet wet, it's not a river. And actually get some water and then do some water tests on it, see what it comes out at. I've got a funny feeling A, it's going to be hard, and B, it's probably going to have nitrates off of the scale. Yeah, Amazon swords don't like Madagascar. Yeah, exactly. Well, that'd explain why the micro swords I bought all died then. But yeah, if I do get around to it, maybe if I try and do rams again, I could use rainwater for those. I might like that. But yeah, it's something to try. If I find a species I want that really does need soft water, then I can use rainwater. I would. I'd probably still filter it though out of my water, but let me get good test for water chemistry. Yeah, and it died. Yeah, I'll say it's not very often around here you see Amazon swords in the shops. Pets at home sell them, but yeah, that's just they just have a generic range, which they sell everywhere. Like the local fish stores, as it were, don't carry swords. Um, Probably for the reason they just wouldn't survive in our water. Yeah, good point. I mean, if I ever come to pulling all the plants out of here, I hate to think how big the root masses are for some of these crypts. I mean, they're probably all tangled together in one. Yeah, it is more advisable to get fish that are suited to your parameters. But there's also, if you can get locally bred fish that are bred in that same water, then shouldn't be an issue. That's the whole thing with the discus, isn't it? Is the wild bred are, or the wild caught are extremely finicky with water conditions and parameters and cleanliness, whereas the Stenka ones are considerably hardier and can put up with a lot more. Like I said, they will still just belly up every so often for no apparent reason, but I mean, hell, cribs are soft. Cribs are relatively soft water fish. Bristlenose is a relatively soft water fish, and I've got a breed in liquid rock. Yeah, the first time, yeah, you got to go down a few generations, obviously, Chewy, to get it genetically changed, as it were. Because you may well find that first spawning is the, oh god, we're going to die in this water, quick breed. Like when my guppies did. It's, oh god, there's something there that's going to eat us, quick, multiply. And all the females dropped all their babies all at once. Then they all got eaten. Yeah, so yeah, maybe if I do decide to try rams again at some point in the future, I will just use a rainwater tank. Just when I pour the water out of the tank into the bucket, and then heat, because I'd have to heat the water as well. Yeah, that's just a lot of faffing about. I'll leave the rams. Very pretty, but very finicky little fishies. Goldfish on aragonite, yeah. Keep them good and healthy and keep them replacing their teeth. Have you found any teeth yet, Cheryl, from your goldfish? Because They do shed their teeth and poop them out. Tap window 6.46. Right, well, my tap is generally around 8.4. And on the API test kit, I forget which way around, it's going to be GH, is going to be the higher one. And the KH comes out 13 drops. And the GH is something like 20, 23 drops. Before it changes colour. So yeah. An 18-pound bag of aragonite. That's a lot of aragonite. Hell, with that much, if you just chucked it all into one tank, you could have a shell dweller tank, Bob. Or another one. One drop immediately changes colour. I basically have to fill the whole bloody thing up with the fluid to get it change colour. And it's weird, isn't it? You would have thought water is water, but sorry, just watching these shell dwellers. One picks up a mouthful of sand, spits it out, and the other goes into another one's territory, then picks that sand back up, and then spits it back where it came from. You're going to have to be sneakier than that. You have to do it when they're not looking. Oh, bless. Yeah. I say that might be why your pistos are breeding so regularly, Bob, as well, if the water's suddenly gone, or the water's soft. Yeah, I mean, I put a chunk of cuttle bone in there for the shrimp and snails, just in case. And a year later, it was the same size. hadn't dissolved at all. Hadn't been touched. It was like, the only bit had any kind of erosion to it was where Dave the Pleco had been munching, eating the algae off of it. Yeah, Congo River biotope, that'd be cool. But anyway, unfortunately, or fortunately, depending on your point of view, I'm going to have to call it a night there, because it is now pretty much 9:15 here in the UK, rather than what would be normal 8:15. So if anyone can remember what we're talking about, we can carry it on next week. If not, we'll find something else to talk about. Thank you very much for tuning in and stopping by. Thank you very much for the super chats. Yeah. So I think, was there anything else I had to say? No, not really. So yeah, have a good week. Stay safe. Have fun. Peace out. Rock on. Bye. Love you all.